Hey guys, Folk here and welcome to another FIFA 21 video, and today guys is a very exciting video because EA have revealed the 11 new players that will be icons for FIFA 21, and I am very excited. I absolutely love icons. For me, they are the best part of Ultimate Team. Literally, it's what I started to make videos on this channel in terms of FIFA content was based on icons, and it certainly was able to, doing reviews of icons over the years and stuff like that has actually helped me to get into a position where my channel is right now. So I always thank EA for putting in legends and icons into the FIFA franchise, and I'm a big fan of these 11 cards that have come in today. Sadly, I couldn't give my reaction to any of the Ultimate Team. I couldn't give my live reaction anyway to only the Ultimate Team new content for FIFA 21 in place because I was in work. So that's sad, but I'm home now, and I thought that what would be a cool video with no FIFA 20 SBCs being put in today. I thought that I would kind of have a look at what ratings we can expect for these new icons in place for FIFA 21. No doubt I might have messed up on some of these cards a little bit, so let me know if you agree or disagree with the cards in this video and the ratings that I have given them. And I'm going to try and keep this video under 10 minutes if possible. So I'm going to try and not ramble on too much, and I might have to skip past a few of the things, maybe a few of the cards a little bit quick, but even so, just let me know what you guys think of the ratings that I've given for these cards in the comments. The first one that we'll start off with is going to be Eric Cantona, of course, the first confirmed icon that was revealed for FIFA 21 like 2 weeks ago now or something. I was first of all actually very surprised that all the icons have already been confirmed like this early. It's only the 10th of August. We don't get early access until the 1st of October, so it's effectively still 2 months before we can actually properly play like a finished final product of FIFA 21, and we won't get like the official ratings of icons probably at the earliest very late August, but I'm thinking more early September. We'll probably get the rating. So I'm very surprised that we're going to probably have to wait now like another 3 to 4 weeks before we find out what the actual ratings of these icon cards are going to be. So, but even so, I'm very excited that EA have still given me the, that they still revealed all this information because it has me very excited. But yes, Eric Cantona, 91 rated for his prime moments card, of course, was fantastic at Manchester United, of course, played for Leeds as well for a small period of time. Literally ended his career by literally kung fu kicking a Crystal Palace fan, which is pretty hilarious, to be fair. And of course now you see him literally like doing adverts. I think he was even in a movie recently, and he's a good actor. I think he's actually a decent actor, to be quite honest. I think he like directs stuff as well. But yeah, he'd be a pretty cool card. The 86 and the 88 would be good up to like Christmas time, but then like once Team of the Year's happened, those two cards aren't going to really be great for like FUT Champions and stuff, but the 91 cards, oh, that would be nice. That would be a very fun card, and hopefully would have a cool dynamic image as well. The next one is going to be PETR. Now this one, I'm glad that he's been kind of given recognition and he's been put in as an icon, because for like a period of maybe 3 or 4 seasons in like the mid noughties, the mid to late noughties, maybe even going into the early 2010s, he was certainly up there with like Neuer, with Casillas, with Buffon, in like the top 3 or 4 best goalkeepers in the world. And maybe you could even make a case for like maybe 1 or 2 seasons out of that time for him to have been the very best goalkeeper in the world. He was absolutely insane for a number of seasons, and I think that's a 93 rated for his moments card could very well be possible. An 87 as well to start off with on his baby card before he went to Chelsea when he was playing at like Slavia Prague, and he played for a team in France as well for a little bit. But he'd be absolutely insane. For me, the problem is, obviously, it's cool to have him in the game, but at the same time, icon goalkeepers, they're so inconsistent, and sometimes they'll make like amazing saves, other times they'll get beat near post, and it's such a frustrating experience that for me, a lot of the time, I don't really find value for money in buying icon goalkeepers. I think it would be, he might get put into icon swaps or maybe icon SBCs. It depends, which we'll see. I'm hoping that we see the SBCs and not the icon swaps personally. But in terms of like, do you think I'll be reviewing this card? The chances are I probably won't do a review on this card in FIFA 21 unless I pack him. If I pack him, I'll definitely review him. But in terms of going out and spending coins on him, probably not, because I just know that the goalkeepers are like an 84 rated Kepa would be literally just as good as his check cards, or would be just as inconsistent as this check card. But even so, I'm happy he's been put into the game. you know, because he's been given that recognition of being like a fantastic goalkeeper, but at the same time, out of all the icon cards, he's the one that out of the new batch I am bottom of the pile of using. Like, he'd be the last resort to probably go and use because he is a goalkeeper. I just prefer the outfield players personally to use for icons. But the next one is going to be Samuel Eto'O. This is absolutely insane, this card. His prime and his moments card will be mainly focusing on his time at Barca and at Inter Milan. His 88 card when he was just starting off, I can't remember who he exactly played for first. And then his 90 rated card, I'd probably put down at his time maybe at Chelsea when he was getting towards like the back end of his career, because even at Chelsea for like that 1 or 2 seasons that he was playing with them, he was still a decent player, and I think would certainly, you know, still be. I think that the 90 rated card for his time at Chelsea would still be, you know, would be fine to give him. I'd probably say the 92 at Barca. I think he was better at Inter than at Barca, to be quite honest. So I'm going with his 93 rated as his card at Inter. And that would be absolutely incredible. He'd be unbelievably expensive. I reckon out of the icons that we got here, I reckon apart from Puskas and Torres, I reckon he might be the third most expensive because of the fact that like he's going to be an out-and-out striker, like a proper striker. And yeah, I can only literally see, only Puskas and Torres being more expensive. Maybe Xavi for the start of the game might be on like a level par, but then after that, I think Eto'O would end up being like the more expensive of the two cards. But even so, he'd be absolutely incredible. Moving on then to Puskas. This would be an insane card, and I think actually I've been a bit harsh in his ratings. I think his 97 rating for his moments card is fine. I think his prime at 94 is fine, but maybe I could have bumped up his mid tier to like a 92 and his baby up to a 90 rated. Only ever played for 2 clubs, I believe, a team in Hungary and then of course with Real Madrid after that. A fantastic goal scoring record, absolutely insane. A lot of the other icons in this one, apart from SUKER, a lot of the other icons are like modern day icons, certainly from like the 90s onwards. But yeah, Puskas would be absolutely incredible. I think out of all the cards, maybe most hype does seem to be around him and Xavi. He'll be on like prices of like Johan Cruyff level. Like, we're talking millions upon millions of coins. The 97 rated moments cards will be over like 10 million coins for like most of the game cycle when he does come out in like February next year. So it's a long time until his moments cards does come out, like a long time. But even so, he'd be absolutely incredible. Then moving on to Fernando Torres. At one point, my favourite ever player. Then I hated the guy, of course, when he went to Chelsea. I remember the day that we signed him. I was so excited. I came home from school. My dad told me that we just signed him from Atletico Madrid. I didn't know who he was at the time, but when he started playing for Liverpool, he hit the ground running, and he was so rapid. For those first 2 seasons at Liverpool, absolutely no one could keep up with him. He was clinical in front of goal. He was just fantastic. You know, his link-up play with Gerrard was absolutely superb. It was just a great time. Although we never won anything, really, even with Torres, to be honest, it was just a fantastic time to still be a Liverpool fan, you know, to have like such a cool goal scorer like him. Of course, Luis Suarez is a better player than Fernando Torres, but yeah, even so, like Torres was still incredible. A 92 rated card for his moments at Liverpool, 100% deserved. Absolutely fantastic player. And although, yes, I was annoyed he went to Chelsea, I still think it's a card that I need to get my hands on in FIFA 21. Continuing with the Premier League, it's going to be Ashley Cole as the next icon. He would be fantastic. Arguably, for a period of time, for quite a few years, he was the best left back in the world. You can make a very, very good case for that. Maybe give him an 86 rated as his baby card. Is that a little bit too harsh? I'm not too sure. I think certainly his moments card is a 92 rated. I think a lot of people would agree on that as being very, very much deserved. Would I personally use him? I wasn't the biggest fan of him actually growing up because, of course, he played for Chelsea and stuff like that, and Chelsea were, you know, were and still are like a massive rival team of mine. Yeah, I was never really the biggest fan of him. He was always like surrounded in controversy as well. I just wasn't a massive fan of him, to be quite honest. So I don't know if that's a card that I'll necessarily use, but even so, I think a lot of people are still very, very excited for him, and it still has like some amazing stats. But personally, I don't think it'll be a card that I'll actually be using. And the same with Philipp Lahm as well. I don't really care for Philipp Lahm that much. But he'll be once again an insane card, very similar to Cole in terms of stats, in terms of ratings as well. Of course, fantastic for Bayern Munich over time. He could maybe get a CDM on one of his cards potentially, but obviously for the majority of his career he did play as a right back. But I wouldn't be surprised if maybe one of his cards would be positioned as a CDM. Of course, we saw Zanetti have one of his cards, of course, as well, placed as a CDM. So I wouldn't be surprised if the same maybe happened for Philipp Lahm as well. But absolutely insane cards for him in terms of stats. But personally, I would not be really that interested in using it. The next one is going to be Bastian Schweinsteiger. He'd have some insane cards as well. I don't know if I've been like a little bit too harsh on Schweinsteiger, but there was he had like a few good seasons, of course, at Bayern, quite a few good seasons, but at the same time, like when he was at Man United, he wasn't great, and I feel like his 87 cards would probably reflect his time at Manchester United. As baby one, just growing up, and obviously like his big cards when he was at like Bayern, he was like insane for Bayern Munich, like winning the Champions League and stuff like that, having that 90 rated prime and the 91 rated moments. I might use this card, but again, actually not that massively keen on him. It seems to be like the ones that I'm not massively keen on in terms of using would be Cech, Cole, Lahm, and Schweinsteiger, but everyone else I'm probably very, very excited to try and get my hands on. And the next one is DAVOR SUKER. He is back for the first time since FIFA 17. He is back in FIFA 21. Exciting, very, very exciting indeed. Looks absolutely amazing. Like his 91 rated moments card, his 88 cards would have a similar stats. Of course, he did have an 88 rated legend card, and I think that we will see like his mid tier be 88 rated and have similar stats to the 88 rated card. Not exactly the same, but certainly similar stats to his legend card back in FIFA 17 for his mid tier. So yeah, his baby and his mid tier overall wouldn't be great. Would be okay for the start of FIFA, but look at that prime moments, absolutely fantastic. Certainly in pace shooting and dribbling, absolutely amazing. The penultimate one will be Nemanja Vidic, a fantastic player, of course, from Manchester United. For me, a 93 rated moments card is thoroughly deserved. You could maybe even make a case that maybe the 87 rating as his baby card, maybe that again is a little bit too harsh. He'd be fantastic though to be able to use. I don't think he'd be overly too expensive though. Obviously he was like a United icon and stuff like that, but I can just see him being one of the more affordable of the new icons in FIFA 21, and he'd be a great card to use. And then we do finish off with Xavi, 94 rated. I've gone with his moments card. Is that too low on the ratings? Maybe he should be a 95 on the moments card and maybe an 89 for his base card. Let me know what you guys think. But even so, he's either going to have like 98 or 99 passing on his moments card. Insane dribbling as well. He'd be absolutely fantastic to be able to use. But they are all my icon rating predictions for FIFA 21. Let me guys know what you think in the comment section, and who are you excited most to use when FIFA 21 does drop. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.